An afternoon game doesn't matter. A Kyle Schwarber 3 home run game last night does it again. Tyler Mroz, Heat Ratio Sports, Phillies postgame show. A sweep. I know it's only a 2-game sweep, but a sweep is a sweep. A win is a win is a win. The Phillies take care of business up north. They beat the Toronto Blue Jays 4-2 today on the backs of some really great performances. First one, the lefties. That's Kyle Schwarber, Cody Clemens, and Brandon Marsh. Schwarber 2 for 3 tonight. Hit another home run, hit another leadoff home run, tied Alfonso Soriano, Hall of Famer, I believe, for the most leadoff home runs. I believe it's in a single season. So for those of you who dislike Kyle Schwarber as the leadoff man, there's a good stat for you that can back that up a million times out of a million. Cody Clemens hitting the bonus bet there. He got on. He 1 for 4, had that 2-run home run, ended up being the go-ahead and eventual game-winning run. And then Brandon Marsh, a really great game for him as well. He went 3 for 3. He had a really good series as well. So a great game from the lefties. So yeah, Christopher Sanchez as well. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts. Only threw about 96 pitches in 7 innings, which is pretty good. Kind of underestimated him, but very glad to see him do well. And he's been striking out a lot of guys lately. Struck out 8 against Atlanta in each of his last 2 games, and then he strikes out 7 today. So Chris Sanchez starting to find that strikeout role. And unfortunately, Bryce Harper was hit by a pitch during his first at-bat on his left elbow. He was dealing with those right elbow injuries, he said, and he was hitting his left elbow. Came out the next inning, but then Edmundo Sosa eventually pinch hit for him. He moved over to third. Cody Clemens to first. So hopefully Bryce Harper is okay, and hopefully that was just a precautionary something that isn't going to bother him. What's going on, David? You guys got a tough task tonight. You guys are playing the Braves again. No, wait, no. You guys are playing the Dodgers. I'm sorry, got those mixed up. I was going to say, I was like, the Angels just played the Braves. There's no way they play them again. But going to the keys to the game, said how Bowden Francis, American League Pitcher of the Month for August, one of the best pitchers in the month for that time. Kind of struggled a little bit, but then he settled in. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, and 6 strikeouts. Kyle Schwarber hit the leadoff home run off of him. And then you had the Cody Clemens home run. After that, he looked like he settled in, was striking a lot more guys out, getting a lot of outs. But nonetheless, Phillies did their damage. They got enough to get them over the hump, and that is all that matters. Sometimes, I know it's not small ball with the hits, but you don't have to score 20 runs a game to win. You see last night, they had to score 10 runs to win. A game like today, they really could have gotten away with 3, but having a small game like that, it's a pretty good thing. You don't always have to get the large runs. Speaking of runs, talked about no run first inning, how the Blue Jays yesterday got 6 runs in the first inning. They got 2 today. It was looking kind of like a repeat of last night, that it was going to be a high-scoring game and that Chris Sanchez wasn't going to go for long. He had like 30 pitches in the first 2 innings, but really settled down after that. So a rough defensive first inning for the Phillies. That ended up being the only 2 runs they gave up. So minus the first inning, it was a solid, really good game for the Phillies. And we said someone's got to stay hot. And we talked about Kyle Schwarber hitting that leadoff home run. This is what he did for this series against the Blue Jays. 7 for 9, 4 home runs and 7 RBIs in just 2 games. That's a phenomenal series. Kyle Schwarber, the new Philly of the week. He's at what? 32 home runs for is that 40? Or is he at 30? No, he's at 30. Let me get the exact number, because I think, low-key, he could be in the MVP conversations after this series, because that's just 4 home runs and 7 RBIs in 2 games is pretty awesome. 32, his 32nd home run. So is Kyle Schwarber an NL MVP candidate? I'm going to put that in the comments. Is Kyle Schwarber an NL MVP candidate? So there we go. So it's posted. So you're going to see that Let me know what you think. Do you think he's good enough to be in consideration for that award? I really do think he is. I mean, you heard the numbers. He has 32 home runs. He has 88 RBIs. He's batting 245, which is actually much better than he used to. Last couple of years with the Phillies, he doesn't bat for high average. 197 and 218, and he's batting 245 this season. So, is Kyle Schwarber a candidate at least? A lot of people are talking about Francisco Lindor, about how it's all about the second half of the season. When you look at Kyle Schwarber in the second half of the season, he's had 2-3 home run games. So you tell me, is he a NL MVP candidate? He is on fire. Called him Schwarbonds in the pregame. Some people did not like that because they alleged Barry Bonds is a cheater and he took steroids. So he's Kyle Schwarber, all natural. So maybe we'll change that name. I don't know. I'm still sticking with it. Everybody cheated in baseball back in the day. So it's a tough subject to talk about. Yeah, but we mentioned he tied Alfonso Soriano for the most leadoff home runs in a season. And speaking of breaking records, let's talk about some more things on the HRS Triple Play that we hit today. Boy, oh boy, did we get a couple more today. We hit 2 on here. Christopher Sanchez went 7 innings, so that did not hit. Almost took his over on strikeouts at 4.5 and almost took the over on this, but I don't know. I just didn't think he was going to go more than 6 innings, but I was wrong, thankfully. That didn't hit. Trey Turner was 0 for 3 tonight, but Kyle Schwarber, RBI at plus 170. You see out of those 3, the best odds there. That hit. And then we also hit the bonus bet with a Cody Clemens home run at plus 850. 4 out of the last 5 days, the HRS Triple Play bonus bet has hit, and it is always home runs. We said Bryson Stott. We said Edmundo Sosa. Last night, Tony said Schwarber. Today, we said Cody Clemens. So the HRS Triple Play is on fire. So make sure you're getting the win daily. That code ends tomorrow, 50% off. So get there now. You see, we go 2 for 4 tonight. That is a great, great night. Yeah, we did go 4 for 4 last night at Pike's Pub, and we've been hitting at least one. Recently, it's been at least 2. So definitely want to keep up with this. So again, we hit the Kyle Schwarber RBI at plus 170, and then we hit the bonus bet with a Cody Clemens home run at plus 850. So again, go to Win Daily, use that code HEAT. We use the Win Daily method here, and it works. So make sure you are doing that. Some not just Phillies moments of the night. We had the moments of the day earlier. We got to kind of talk some football extensions. So let's talk about more baseball. Dodgers are at the Angels tonight, coming off of a win. Braves also coming off of a win. All these teams are coming off of a win. Braves are going up against the Rockies, one of the worst teams in the league. And then the Mets are going up against the Red Sox, who have kind of fallen out of that wild card race, but they are still in it. But Chris Sale, his old former Red Sox, he's on the Braves. So a lot of connections between all of these teams. And we mentioned how the wild card race was heating up. Talked about the Cubs earlier. Well, they took a loss. Justin Steele, their former Cy Young candidate, he is going on the IL. I believe it is with shoulder tightness or something. It's something with his shoulder, but Steele really broke out for the Cubs last year. He was a rookie in 2021, but really last year, a 3.06 ERA. He finished 5th in the Cy Young voting. He was an all-star. This year, he has a 3.09 ERA, so he's been phenomenal. Again, for the Cubs, his 28-year-old season, but he is now going on the IL. So a big blow to the Cubs. They still have Shota Imanaga. They still have Jamison Tyone. Is Kyle Hendricks still on that team? I'm pretty sure he is. But nonetheless, that's a big blow for the Cubs. I would call him their ace. So a big blow for the Cubs and their pitching rotation. And another big blow, the Texas Rangers, their star player, reigning World Series MVP, Corey Seager. He is going to the injured list with, maybe that's the shoulder injury. Let me get my facts straight here. Okay, Seager has the hip injury. So Rangers, man, what happened? Talk about a World Series hangover. They have really struggled this year. We're dealing with some injuries. Max Scherzer didn't pitch for most of the season. Jacob DeGrom, he has not made his return yet. So, man, the Rangers, what happened? 66 and 73. I'm coming off of a World Series win. I know they weren't like the number one seed last year or anything, but they really dominated those playoffs. They came in and they swept the Orioles. Everybody was raving about the Orioles. Everyone was picking them to go to the World Series and win it. And the Rangers came in and they won both games. They swept the Orioles. So crazy break for them. And then they beat the Diamondbacks in the World Series. But in the wild card race too, they are not really that close to making it. They're 8.5 games out of the wild card spot. So tough season for the Rangers. Bruce Bochy came back last year, first season back. He wins a World Series with the team. So they'll be back. They still have Marcus Semien, Corey Seager's one of, if not the best shortstop in the league. They'll have DeGrom and potentially Scherzer next year. Scherzer said he still wants to play. And maybe if they bring back Nathan Eovaldi, Nathaniel Lowe. Jonah Heim regressed a lot this year, but Texas Rangers, man. And even this might be the final nail in the coffin. I did hear something about this. He called for the rules to be changed. I did save this, I think. Did I save it? Yeah. He's calling for changes after he got hit in the head. 94 miles an hour from yikes. Yeah, he was chirping at the pitcher. He said, "It's ridiculous. Where's the game at right now? It's just ridiculous. We lost Austin Riley. We almost lost Michael Harris. We almost lost Travis d'Arnaud in the span of 2 or 3 weeks. The way pitchers are throwing now, there's no remorse or regard for throwing up and in. Guys are throwing as hard as they can, and they don't care where the ball goes. And it's bull, you know what? Teams are bringing pitchers up that don't know where the ball's going. They throw 100 miles an hour. So we're like, all right, we'll see if he can get the guys out. Just set up down the middle and throw it as hard as you can. It's driving me nuts, and I hate where the game's at right now." He went under a CT scan, was okay. I don't know what he's trying to I don't know his point. Like, I get you don't want to get hit in the head. I know the Braves were the most hit by pitch team in the league last year. I know they were beefing with the Marlins about it, but it's baseball. I know these guys are professionals, but at the same time, it's human error. Nobody's going to go, if everybody was perfect, there wouldn't be any good teams. It's like, have you ever watched The Incredibles? Syndrome wants to make everyone a superhero, because if everyone's a superhero, then no one's a superhero. So if everyone's perfect and everyone's really good, then nobody's actually really good. So, again, you cannot expect someone to not get hit. I understand throwing up and in, but he's kind of making it seem like nobody should ever throw up and in. But I do think that I don't know. They got young guys. Like, there's not much you can do. I mean, it's the baseball can carry anywhere in a matter of milliseconds. So, unfortunate that he got hit in the head. Don't particularly agree with his comments that he said, but hope that nobody gets hurt for the rest of the year. Total hits, we did hit 2 of 4 tonight. I'll go back to that. We hit the Kyle Schwarber RBI, and then we hit the Cody Clemens home run at plus 850. So the 2 bets with the best odds. We hit another 2. The HRS Triple play is as hot as ever. We'll keep that rolling. And then NFL season tomorrow night, Chiefs, Ravens. Going to be a really good game, but the game Friday took a little bit of a hit. Devin White was projected to be the starting linebacker for the Eagles. Apparently, Nakobe Dean won the linebacker 1 job, and Devin White. I saw a tweet that Devin White was rumored to be traded or cut before the deadline. I don't know if I believe that or not. They signed him. He took a pay cut. Zach Bond is their only other good linebacker. So I don't really believe that, unless Howie was eyeing down a linebacker to sign in free agency. But apparently the team's really high on the Kobe Dean. So hopefully he can ball out on Friday. Devin White is out with an ankle injury. Don't know if he will be playing next week. It is a Monday game, so he will have extra time of rest. So I would assume it's Nakobe Dean and Zach Baum as the two starting linebackers. Yeah, that's Eagles Friday. Devin White is out. I got my fantasy draft tonight. Matt, if you're watching, I'm going to draft the best team, and you are going to draft the worst team. Just kidding. I always draft the worst team in that league, and I don't make any trades, yada, yada. It's different. It's a whole new year. I feel like I'm a Cowboys fan right now. It's my year. It's our year. But we'll see. Don't know what pick I have yet. I'll find out when I get there. My keeper is Jonathan Taylor in the 7th round. Didn't have many good options. I had Jonathan Taylor in the 7th round, which is kind of obvious. Dallas Goedert in the 9th, I believe. Nick Chubb in the 10th, and then Jaden Reed in the 10th. So not many good options. Dallas Goedert is not high on my tight end list. He'll be in last like always. Shut up, man. I think it's reverse the roles this year. It's going to be you. I'm going to ball out tonight, and I'm going to ball out during the season. There's one guy I want. I don't have him in any of my leagues yet, but there's one guy in mine down. We'll see if I can get him. If I get a high enough pick, I will snag him up. Had another draft on Monday, right before I came on here. Had the 11th overall pick, snag Garrett Wilson. And then with my 2nd round pick, I believe I got Kyron Williams. But overall, I'm satisfied with my team. First team I have, next team, yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. So hopefully tonight, it's my big league. So I'm gonna draft it out. I'm gonna ball out tonight. So we'll see. Tomorrow, Phillies travel down to Miami. If you are in the Miami area, go down, snag some row 1 tickets for probably 1 cent. Let's go on SeatGeek because I always check the tickets for the games down there when I was living down there. So let's see. Phillies at Marlins. I guarantee you. Okay, I'm not even looking at my phone right now. First row in right field will be going for no more than $25. Let's see. No, I don't want the home games. Miami Marlins. But these, you got to look at the home teams. Miami Marlins. Really? They're actually pretty expensive tickets tomorrow. Oh my God, it's mostly sold out. Oh, wait, no, that's April 18th. What? What are you talking? Oh, that's from next year. Oh my gosh. Yeah, here we go. Phillies at Marlins. Let's go row 1 in right field. No, row 2, $18. Row 3, $16. What's behind home plate? I'm curious. Okay, that's a couple hundred. But oh my gosh, like not directly behind home plate, but like section behind that, $19. That's insane. That baseball is just not popular in Florida. Front row in left field by the bullpen, $16. What's first baseline? I'm curious. Do they have any? 101, and then 56 for the third row. Baseball's just not popular in Florida. I was in Orlando for 2 years. A lot of people, it's only Bucks and Lightning. You don't see any Rays. You don't see any Marlins. You don't really see much Jags outside of Jacksonville. So it's literally only the Lightning and the Buccaneers that you see. So not even the Panthers. Panthers just made the Stanley Cup. They just won the Stanley Cup Finals. And you see nobody with any kind of Panthers gear or any kind of stuff like that. It's only Bucks and Lightning. Rays, nobody cares about because they don't play in Tampa Bay. They play in St. Petersburg. So, yeah, that's my daily rant about baseball in Florida. My contribution to your fantasy league. It is, no, it's not a donation this year. That is just an investment for when I take back the rest of the money. So, I'll be looking forward to proving you wrong tonight. Soup. Ranger Suarez on the mound tomorrow for the Phillies, 11-6. 3.02 ERA. Did not look great in his last start, so looking to bounce back there. Against Adam Oller, 1-1 with a 3.31 ERA. He is, I think he played for the Athletics. He's only pitched like 16 innings. So, yeah, that's tomorrow. Started the NFL season as well, so we're going to be competing with that. The Gators don't really, I don't see many of that. I mean, I was about like 45 minutes from there. UCF, I was literally 10 minutes from UCF. Only in that area would you see people because a lot of alums still live around, so you always see the license plate. But I wouldn't even really see that much Florida State, but I guess that makes sense because I was in Central Florida and Tallahassee's the Panhandle, so that kind of makes sense. But very shocked I didn't see more Gators. There was a pub. Shout out to the Thirsty Gator, that little pub area in Winter Park, Florida. Florida Gators themed. It was pretty cool. So if you're in that area, definitely check that out. But that'll be it for me here. Pregame live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. First pitch is at 6:30, I believe. So be doing that, getting that all done. Don't know if there's a post game because of the NFL game going on. Huge game. Not like it's a Commanders Giants game. It's a Chiefs versus Ravens, the AFC Championship rematch. So I'll try and get a post game and see if it's like a halftime when the game gets done. That would be perfect. So as always, thank you so much for tuning in today. Appreciate it. As always, don't forget pregame live here on Heat Ratio Sports tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Have a good night, everybody. Wish me luck on my draft tonight. I am going to open up a can of you-know-what on you, Matt, and all the other guys in the league. So stay tuned for that. I'll go over who I draft. Hopefully it's the guy I want. I'll let you know because I've been hiding it in who I want. I don't say who it is. There's one guy I want. I was one pick away from getting them recently, and I am not letting that slip through my fingers if I have the chance to today. So have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. And as always, stay fresh, my friends.